Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wired Nerdy Podcast. This is season number 3, episode number 3. Oh, 3 and 3, man. This is Keith. I'm with my best buddy, Doug. How you doing, Bug?
Hey,
I
doing
called you
great.
Bug.
Doug the Bug.
Doug the Bug. How you doing,
I
man?
like it. I'm doing great. Yeah. We're getting close to February. A lot of big announcements, some big news coming out of the financial market. But wait, I'm going too fast here. I'm going too fast.
He's
Yeah.
excited, everybody. That's what
Yeah.
he is. We've had a big week of some news, and he's excited to get into it. So, I know, let's just not belabor it. You want to cue up the nerd news?
Yeah. Let's get into it.
All right, let's cue up the nerd news.
Nerd News.
All
As
right.
you're pulling up the first story, like I said, financial, the biggest thing I saw is a lot of tech companies are losing a lot of money and really for no reason. So, if you haven't heard, a company out of China called DeepSeek is diving into the AI world with their own chatbot. But, of course, from China, it has its own version of hiding the truth and only telling you what it wants you to tell you,
Yeah,
what
there's a
it wants to
couple.
tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of layers to this, so it's all over the news. We didn't want to spend tons of time on it because it's been covered so heavily, but we at least want people to understand what's really going on here. It is a story that's shifting, and there's a lot of parts to it. So here's the small Cliff Notes version so that you can stay informed. It boils down to this. A Chinese company released an AI model called DeepSeek, as Doug said, and it is supposed to be just as good as ChatGPT 4. And they claim that they trained it for a fraction of the cost, like $2 million. Now, the minute the announcement came out, they also, by the way, released it free to the public, so you don't have to pay for it, unlike OpenAI, which is $20 a month for the baseline, $200 a month if you want it to do like coding and development stuff. That right there made Nvidia's stock tank. It was like 580 some odd billion dollars in market cap, got lost. I mean, it really hurt Nvidia a lot. Why Nvidia? Nvidia makes the processors that are being used to train these models. And it was thought, well, DeepSeek was able to train this model on lower end Nvidia hardware. You don't need the fancy ones. And it did it for a fraction of the cost of OpenAI. Well, it's still in flex, and a lot of people are evaluating it. But there have been some rumors going about that maybe they're lying about its capabilities and how they trained it, and that they actually did spend tons of money on training it, just like OpenAI did for GPT, and it's all a psyop. So if you people don't know it or not, and I'm just going to call it, we're in the middle of what I would call a Cold War for AI.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so it could be, and that it could be plausible where China, this company, is using this company as a proxy to discredit AI, American-based companies, because well, this is what happens when you have competition. And as Doug said, it goes one step further. So just know this came out of nowhere. They made it available free to everybody. Our stock market took a complete massive tank, and now everybody's questioning whether OpenAI is the leader in all this when you could supposedly do what OpenAI does for cheaper. But everybody's wondering whether or not this is a whole like spy thing, and it's a quiet war, maybe, and maybe they're lying. None of that's confirmed. Then you get into what Doug found, and Doug, I'm gonna let you take. What is it doing to information? Like if you ask us certain questions.
There's a definite censorship, and we always hear about the Chinese firewall and the Chinese block on the freedom of information. I've heard of, textbooks getting altered and all kinds of things. But when you ask DeepSeek certain questions like, say, what happened at Tiananmen Square? It says, I don't know. Or you ask it about uh,
What?
Winnie the Pooh, even, it doesn't know.
Wait a minute. What is? Oh, do you know why?
I don't know why. I was hoping you would tell me.
I do know why. Okay.
Okay.
So their president, Xi Jinping, if I'm saying that right, there's memes on the internet where they say he looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Oh,
And
very.
it pissed him off.
Oh, I
And
bet it did.
and it went viral, and people would merge Winnie the Pooh's face onto his. And so that's probably why Winnie the Pooh is censored. Tiananmen Square, duh, that's a very tragic thing that happened. So right there, you kind of have to question if they've manipulated the model to give answers that are skewed right there. It's like, eh. I mean, come on, it's
Yeah.
bad enough AI can hallucinate as it is. So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and an example of that is there is a Chinese search platform, Baidu. It's kind of like Google. Say you Google it in China, they say we're going to Baidu it, whatever.
Hmm.
When you search the June 4th, what happened on June 4th? This site, it's remember it's from China, says they crushed a counter-revolutionary riot. So when you ask DeepSeek the app,
Hmm.
they say, I don't know what happened. I don't know the correct phrasing, but it has no information for you at this time.
It was just a normal day. It rained that day, we think,
Yeah.
So it calls into question right there. Now, the second and last part of this that you need to understand. I know a lot of my friends, I'm in technology. A lot of my friends just went out and downloaded this bad boy. Well, if you go in and look at the terms of service, there was a really great video I watched where a guy went line by line and compared. And I'm not saying OpenAI is perfect with ChatGPT, but they compared OpenAI's terms of agreement to DeepSeek. Holy hell, is it different? Basically, the long story short, without having to read the legalities of it, is that DeepSeek owns anything you type in. They give everything to the Chinese government. Surprise, surprise. And it calls into question, like, for example, if you get an idea to start a business as an entrepreneur from it, or it helps you, technically the Chinese government could claim ownership to it
Mhm.
if they can prove connection, or if you're using it. It all basically it infiltrates and they own everything that you type into it. OpenAI actually is a lot more forgiving. Like, hey, your outputs that it's yours. If you can opt out, if you don't want us to train on what you're telling it, OpenAI is a lot more. I don't know, man. It's better. I'm just gonna say it because it's kludgy. So I would be very hesitant. Now I can tell you, in my industry, in the company that I work for, we have software that helps manage devices and all this. And we actually just released the capability to block if need be, which you kind of already had it before, where our federal agencies, for example, may not want DeepSeek on phones. We don't know what this can do, right? So technologies are already coming around to be like, all right, a lot of companies are saying do not put DeepSeek on. Very similar to the TikTok scare, like we don't know what they're doing with the information and that sort of thing. So I think that's DeepSeek in a nutshell. It's been all over the news, and we didn't want to spend like a ton of time on it, but it's a complicated issue, and we at least Doug and I pride ourselves on just trying to explain things in the most simplest way because, well, that's how we learn. And we want to
Yeah.
make sure everybody knows what's really going on without kind of cut through the BS. Now, it is an evolving story. Next week, we could tell you something has changed, but that's why we wanted to start off the top. It's kind of deep. It's always AI, right? Ever since we started
Always.
this
Yeah.
podcast, it's AI. Let's talk about something fun.
Yeah.
What do you want to go into next? You pick one.
Uh,
I'll grab the tab.
I like this. Exciting.
Yeah,
Let's
roll.
go back in time. Let's take our
Uh oh.
time machine
Uh oh.
all the way back to the release of Sims 1. Do you
Oh,
remember
Nelly.
when that
I
was?
do. I played the heck out of that game. It was a fun game. The
Oh, I
first one.
mean, it was revolutionary.
It was. It was good. It was nothing like it. That's for sure.
So I'm going a little slow. I want to check the date. So Sims 1 came out in February of 2000. So we're talking 25 years ago. So the
Oh.
25th anniversary, Maxis and those evil guys we don't really like to talk about,
Yeah.
Electronic Arts, are releasing Sims 1, Sims 2, and a bundle pack. But here's the catch: Sims 2 is giving you all of the DLCs. Now, I
Hmm?
believe I'm correct in stating this is where they really make their money. You look at Sims 2, Sims 3, and really Sims 4 and
Yeah,
on, those DLC packs for just furniture and clothes and adventures.
dude.
My goodness, that's where they make their money. But
Yeah.
Electronic Arts and microtransactions.
It is it's probably why EA bought Maxis for Sims. And I said my kids were so into
I love
Sims.
it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
great, but the
Yeah. Well,
packs are
my
so
kids
expensive.
it's basically you can play house, that's what it is. But
Yeah.
the packs that they buy, there's so many of them. In fact, they make so much money on it. They canceled the next Sims 5 in lieu of they basically said, we're just going to stick with Sims 4 and we'll just keep releasing add-on packs.
But
That's
there's a catch. Sims 4, they give it to you for free.
on
They're
Sims.
not even charging you for the game anymore.
On Sim, the core game, you still got to buy
The
the add-on
core game.
packs.
That's what I
Yes,
mean. Yeah.
yes, yeah, yep. They'll give you. They made Sims 4 core game free last year, I think,
Yes, I believe so.
and then they're going to give you the DLC because that's where they make the money. It's EA,
Oh
man. They
yeah.
love their microtransactions. So I think it's an interesting shift of them re-releasing the Sims and Sims 2 bundles. So I don't know if they did it say if are they charging for it? I know they said it's the 25th
Yes.
birthday bundle.
So
Oh, of course they are.
I looked it up on Steam. I've got it pulled up.
Oh,
$39.99 is the price. You get the Sims 2 Legacy, Sims 1 Legacy,
okay.
and you also get some Sims 4 stuff because, of
Okay.
course, they want to promote their current IP, right?
Yeah,
That's
yep,
the
you're right.
correct terminology.
Yeah.
They want
Intellectual
to
property.
promote their IP to help you buy more stuff.
That's a lot of P's. Promote the IP. Say that 5
Yeah,
times, right? Yes.
that's really hard to say, but yep, you're going to get Sims, Sims 2, Sims 4 Throwback Kit, Sims 4 Grunge Kit, and then you're going to get a ton of packs.
That's a
And
lot of content for
it's
that
a
amount
lot
of
of
money.
content.
I mean, for
If you played,
$40.
yeah, you
Yeah.
played Sims 2 and you thought, oh, I can never afford these packs, this might be worth it to you
That is
to go
true.
back and get all the stuff that you wanted to have back in the day.
Well, here's the other thing. If you think about it, one other advantage for it being, you said you found that on, they're selling it on Steam, not just on the EA store, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can run the Origin pack, but I guess if it's on Steam, you can do it. What if you have a Steam Deck? You could
Ooh.
technically play The Sims on the go.
That would be great.
That would be appealing to a lot of people. So, yeah, cool. Do I get to pick next?
Yeah, I like this. Let's not
right.
go in order today. Let's just
let's, you know what?
do it live. We're doing a
We're doing
freestyle.
this live. All right, I'm going to tackle one that our good friends over at the Mr. Right Way podcast had tackled on their live podcast last night. By the way, if you haven't checked out their show, I like joining them through the chat. You can interact with them. Unlike this, they're ballsy enough to go live with questions and interactive, but it's fun. But they go 3 hours sometimes. But this was one of their main topics, and the announcement being that we've always known that Xbox exclusive games, meaning games that only released on Xbox, were eventually going to be released on other platforms like the Switch and the PlayStation. Well, the first round of that's coming this spring, where they announced that Forza 5, by the way, great games if you haven't played them.
Yeah.
They're really
the whole
good.
Forza series.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they're beautiful, beautiful games.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh, they're so good. Well, it's coming to PlayStation 5 in the spring, and a lot of people are speculating that Halo may not be too far behind. And then there's a lot of speculation about the Switch 2 coming out, which we talked about, I think, in episode number 1. It may get Halo as well. Imagine playing playing Halo on a Switch.
That would be pretty good.
Be weird. It would be funny to me if Halo had a resurgence, but on PlayStation. That would be weird.
That would be.
It would be weird.
Well, I think it's mostly going to affect those that have been diehard PlayStation fans that say, I'm never buying an Xbox.
Could be.
Because I believe there is that type of clientele out there, or that person out there.
Oh, there are. But, Microsoft's big thing is they're pushing anything's an Xbox. They're almost shifting into being more like Steam.
Yeah.
Where you can play on almost anything. That's kind of what they're shifting to. And there's a lot of speculation. Will they even release another Xbox? If they do, it may be one more generation. There's a lot of conversation around that. Now, I do want to point out the article did say, while everybody is saying that Halo as a rumor may come later, they have confirmed things like Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Grounded, but a big one was there's a Sea of Thieves, which is a pirate game that's multiplayer, and I played it a little bit. It's pretty good. That's also coming to PlayStation, so they've already been planning them out. All right, brother, spin the wheel. You get to pick.
Spin the wheel. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're talking about gaming. Let's go into some new graphics cards. How about that?
Ooh, Snapdragons.
So we have talked about our last episode, actually. If you haven't got to listen to that or a watch of that, it's awesome. We talk about building laptops, or not building laptops, building desktops, buying laptops, what graphics cards mean. So the latest and greatest is the 5080 and 5090 RTX. And it is sold out in less than a day, less than a couple hours.
Nah, dude, they're
It's gone.
It's gone. This is what happens with these. Now, these are Founders Editions, but there's a few other brands though, and all that means is that, and the one that you're looking at here on the screen, a founders edition usually means that it has an NVIDIA custom heatsink on it, usually with a single fan on one side and a dual fan on the other. A lot of other brands will do their own take on cooling, but this is one of those things that, man, it sold out
It
fast.
just looks great.
It's it's power hungry though. It has its own special connector for power. I don't even know if you'd have to upgrade your power supply or not. I even went, what was it? 50, 80, 50, 90. 50, 90 is a really expensive one. I mean,
Yeah, and see what the price on one of those bad boys is.
you're looking at 5090 is 2,000 US dollars.
Hmm.
A 5080 is 1,000.
Just for your graphics card.
That's insane, man. And you can check the stock on NVIDIA, and we go here. You're going to see all buying options. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I agree. And see right here, they have a Gigabyte brand. So they don't just sell on the NVIDIA site. They don't just sell the, straight ones. Wow, is this actually available? Are you kidding me? Through Micros? No way.
They're all sold out because I looked the other day.
Okay, right there. Not
Yep.
available. Add
Yeah.
to list. I was gonna say, ain't no way. Real time on this podcast did we just find ourselves at 5090.
I'd say you might have to get one.
You want to go halvesies?
No, I'm okay.
No, man, this thing is wiped. I found an article. I clicked through all of them. It's Amazon, all of them, and they're gone. It's going to be a few months before you can get your hands on one.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see what happens to the price of the 4000 series as a result.
Hopefully it goes down. That's what I'm looking at is 40, 60,
Yeah.
40, 70.
I've read, though, because the 5000 series is so hard to get your hands on, it's actually making the 4000 series in demand too. So to me, it's supply and demand. Once we start to be able to buy the 5000 series, I bet the 4000 series will drop. Right now, they're both in high demand.
Now, before we go away, I'll ask you. I had a question.
Uh-oh.
Dang.
He forgot.
I'll come back.
Yeah, he forgot. I knew it.
Dang it. I'm getting too old for this.
Getting too old. All right, is it my turn to pick?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
All right. Like I see, I opened up all of these where to buy now.
I had a great question, but it's gone.
It may come to you. You never know. You ever play Mass Effect?
Yes, I have Mass Effect Legacy, which has all three.
Did you see him pause? That's because I test him sometimes, and I'll say,
Yes.
"Did you play this?" And he knows when I say it that way. Did you play Skyrim? And he's like, "No." I will berate him.
Yeah.
So, that's what it
I had to
is.
remember, yes, I have played it. I have not completed it.
Did you
I
like
need
it?
to get back on it. Yes, I like the choice of options at some points.
Did you only do like the first one? I know you bought the...
Yeah, I'm only into that first one.
You haven't gotten even into the good ones yet. The first one's
Yeah.
kind of okay. It's meh. But dude, 2 and 3,
That's
they are
where it's
like
at. Chef's kiss. Yeah.
Skyrim level. Oh god, you got to play them. Well, as we all know, like EA, BioWare has not been doing so great with their hits as of late, and they announced, unfortunately, that they're going to be doing layoffs. However, they're doing this as they're shifting over to develop the next Mass Effect, which they really should develop Mass Effect because it's a great game. But I don't know, bro. So it's one of those things. We'll see what happens. It sucks. Like all these layoffs keep happening,
Yeah.
I don't know. Bad news. I mean, it's like I'm stoked that they're shifting over to Mass Effect development, but it sucks that people are getting laid off left and right.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Look who owns BioWare.
Is it EA?
Yep.
Go figure.
Electronic Arts.
Go figure.
Evil.
Go figure.
Okay.
All right. You got 2 left, man. What are you going to do?
It's
wheel.
a toss-up. Let's see.
What's the most?
I want to save one of these for last because I'm super excited.
Okay.
So let's go to Starlink on iPhone.
I like it. All right. Yeah.
So
this
we've
was
talked about
quiet.
Starlink
go ahead.
before. Yeah, don't let me cut you off.
No, please. I want you to.
Starlink is a satellite-based internet service from Elon Musk, I believe. It is getting smaller and smaller each time. So at the Consumer Electronics Show, it released a new model of receiver. And I think you have a picture on that somewhere.
Hey, is it on this?
It's not on that one. I will find it.
Okay,
But
I got it.
they're partnering with T-Mobile to get satellite communications on phones. But I did see, I think Brian sent it to us
He
of
did.
a new
There you go.
receiver that is about the size of an iPad Pro, I think is what they described it.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
looks great. Yeah.
it really does. Like if you look at this bad boy here, I mean, that's not very big.
Mhm.
So this was from December 2024, not too long ago. So it's getting smaller and smaller. I know they're using it heavily around the world for different things. It's really good for disaster recovery, wars, that sort of thing. But it is a quiet release by Apple that basically unlocked the ability for it to be used on iPhone. It is a direct to cell satellite service undergoing beta testing on the T-Mobile network. And of course, this is going to expand into AT&T and Verizon and others. So how cool is that? That you'll
That's
be able
cool.
to actually
Now, I
use
looked
it.
up on Starlink's website, their average speed, depending on multiple factors,
Mhm.
is anywhere from 25 megabytes per second to 220.
It's pretty dang good
That's
considering it's
really
in
good. Yeah.
space. I mean,
And
that's
you got to assume, everybody's had satellite TV, storms, cloud cover, things like that,
elevation,
atmospheric anomalies.
aliens, EMP blasts.
That's what I was going for. Instead of unidentified objects or whatever, astronomic or
Where are you going with
atmospheric
this?
anomalies. That's what I'm trying to say.
Where are you going
Big
with this?
words trip me up. Whatever.
So you're struggling with words tonight. That's what I
Yeah,
noticed.
it's okay.
Well, speaking of words, let's jump to our next one. This is freaking awesome.
Very awesome. I
I'll
have
let you
so
take it.
many fond memories of reading video game magazines. I had to make sure I pronounce that right.
Yep.
But there's a website out there that will let you read EGA, which is Electronics Gaming Monthly, Game Pro, and then Game Pro came out with a Game Pro 2 for those back in the day. There was Nintendo Power, all kinds of stuff.
Many of these magazines are defunct, so that's important. So there is the society, the Video Game History Foundation has cataloged them, digitized them, and you can read all 1,500 classic game magazines for free. It's like going to a museum, Doug.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it is now I open it up here. What do you want? I loved as a kid. Let's try a live search here. And I've not done this. I loved PC Gamer magazine because
Yeah.
remember, I was into PC gaming and I did a search and oh my gosh, it brought up so much stuff. Everything from PC games, electronic PC accelerator. There's just geez Louise. So anyway, you can search this and you can open up like here's CD Power Play from 1994. And if you would think that I would have had to have location creator. It just tells you everything about them. I was trying to see how I could actually open it. Collections. Here we go. I went into the wrong thing. Periodicals, magazines. I should have researched this.
I know we've talked about this on
There
the
we go.
podcast, but I go back
Digital
to the
archive.
day of, going to Walmart, going to KB Toys, Toys R Us, whatever, and taking a little notepad. I'm this 10-year-old kid thinking, oh, I'm cool. You take your little notepad, you write down how to get a certain item, how to beat a certain level, or a boss, or a player, or cheat codes, which I'm a fan of cheat codes. I know some people aren't. But these magazines hold a special place in my heart for growing up in the video game world.
Here we go. I got one to load up. Yeah, dude. Like back in the day, you had to make your own maps to get around. I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
people complain about like Elden Ring. Some games on the Nintendo are pretty rough. They had the Nintendo Power Line you could call and
Oh,
get,
yeah.
and some live dude. Of course, you were charged for it, but some live dude would walk you through how to solve your game. Here's a buying guide from 1995, 96, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, look at this. Oh man, Sega CD.
Sega CD
Look at
back in the day.
it has the ads, Doug. You talked about how you love looking at the ads when we were.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
The ads are amazing.
Donkey Kong Country. Look at that ad. My God. Hopefully Nintendo won't sue us for showing this. There's Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. You know what's cool? Go back and look at the consoleware. Like here already we have Donkey Kong Country for the SNES, and then you have PlayStation 1, and we just saw a minute ago Sega CD. Here's Ultima being released on Game Boy and
It's crazy to look back and think that a CD-ROM style
yeah,
game system was still competing with cartridges.
not nuts. That's just
Yeah.
crazy. It also a testament to Nintendo and like what they
Oh,
can
yeah.
do. Look at this Game of the Year. There's some games boy, this would be so much fun just to flip through. You know what? You have your iPad. I bet if you put this,
Download these as a PDF.
yeah, like, well, yeah,
Oh.
I bet you could. If not, man, if you, as long as you even had the
Or
internet,
just read them as a PDF on my iPad.
yeah, Beavis
Yeah.
and Butthead, the Super Nintendo game.
Very nice.
Dude, I could just flip through this forever. Look at this. The best Japanese RPGs, best action game. This would be great too. When we're doing our retro reviews, we could flip through here. I bet this would be good for research.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Space
Space
Ace.
Ace. Yep.
Dude. Anyway, this is awesome because you can, and it isn't just Electronic Gaming Monthly, dude. It's like tons of magazines. So if you want to check it out, it's easy to get to. It's the Video Game History Foundation, which is at archive.gamehistory.org. And they have tons of magazines that they've scanned, put out there. The one we just looked at was from 1995. You're right, man. This was a good one to end on.
Yep. And before we kind of change subjects, I've dropped a Kickstarter in the chat if you wouldn't
No
mind pulling
way.
that up.
I would love to pull that up.
So Electronics Gaming Monthly, some of the people behind that have a Kickstarter to make a awesome book of all the episodes, or not the episodes, but the editions, and it looks great. The
I've seen,
campaign has ended,
yeah.
but I'm looking forward to hit Amazon or Barnes and Noble, something like that.
It's a compendium, which basically is a summation of their whole history. And dude, they definitely their goal was at 35,000. They hit like 1.4 million.
Yeah.
So they took all of them, I think, and they put it in this one massive book. This would be a good book to have.
It would be a great, as I look back here behind me, I've got some really great, what's called tabletop books, really kind of heavy, but awesome. I've got Super Nintendo Volume 1 and 2. I know Nintendo NES, as I call it, has a Volume 1 and 2. Every game ever made for it.
Yeah, dude.
It's awesome.
This would be a great book. I want to pick this up. I've seen ads for this particular Kickstarter? And I didn't quite click into it to know what it was. Now that I'm looking at it and watching the video, I'm like, wow, man, I should have got in on this.
And if you're looking on the right side, some of the funding gifts, they give you all kinds of stuff.
Oh, really? I didn't even look at the funding gifts. Like, oh, man. Oh, there's other components, though, you could support. Mega Man.
I have funded some...
Look at that, the unofficial PlayStation one. What have you funded?
That'd be a good one. I've funded some stuff through Kickstarter. I've been really good. The Send In Light Gun project. I had a Send In Light Gun.
You did.
I bought that through Kickstarter.
Oh, man, look, you got me going down the rabbit hole. Look at this. I'm like huge. This is PlayStation 1, 2, 3. It's a compendium.
Oh, that'd be
unofficial retro PlayStation style magazine. It's all things PlayStation. And you can actually back this right now. Oh, Doug, why you do this to me, you jerk?
See, this is how we work on this podcast. Back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, if we were alcoholics, we would be enablers. I think that's what it would be. This is Doug's equivalent to here, Keith. Have a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Forget AA. Contribute to this. Dude, this is a really cool magazine. Look at this thing.
There's a lot of extras on the side there.
I'm going to have to go back to Kickstarter and go check this
out. And it looks like this one just started, but it's doing very well. $3,700 was their goal. They're up to $12,000.
Dude. And you can still back it.
17 days left.
Dude. All right. I'm guessing. What's the rewards? Now you got me curious. You get the digital copy. It goes up from there. You get the digital or physical copy. Cool thing about the digital copy, again, you can put it on your iPad.
Oh, absolutely.
Put it on any kind of a device that you have and read it. Limited edition cover.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man, there's so many of these. Game cultures. Okay. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. Okay, don't get distracted. Okay. All right, we're good. That does it for the nerd news, man. That's a cool topic. I enjoyed that one, man. Now, you found this next one for our main topic. We are heading into February. This is going to be a big year for video gaming, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize how many things were coming out in February, and that's what we're going to talk about. I know you and I have fondly, and it's on the list. We've talked about one particular game that's on here, but I didn't realize so many things were going to launch, and that's what we're going to talk about. All right. The biggest game launches in February. Literally, is it a week away or is it next week? Oh, today's.
It's 2 days, 3 days.
Oh man, so it's like super soon.
Very close.
All right, so this next one, we'll just kind of run down. Some of these I've heard of, some of them I haven't. This is the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It is a medieval, looks like first-person game where you suit up. I didn't play. I actually heard of Kingdom Come, the first one.
Yeah.
And
I've not played either.
I've not.
Well, not this one, obviously, but yeah.
It had really good reviews. The first one did. So I know this.
Yeah.
This has got a bit of a cult following. I had no clue this was coming out literally in a few days, like February 4th. What else do we have here?
Now, this is a way throwback, and as you're telling us, I will look at when this first came out.
The Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi. If you had one of these bad boys in the 90s, you will know exactly what this is. It's a pet, a digital pet. My wife actually has one that's a cat. She loves playing on these things even today, and they're still pretty popular. Very, very simple, very basic, black and white, crystal LCD screen. Apparently, they're bringing one back. It says, after decades taking the world by storm, they have a new Tamagotchi virtual pet. And it says this month sees a new variant launch, and it looks excellent. I guess it's egg thing, which, why? I don't know.
Yeah.
When did it come out?
It came out in Japan and the United States May 1st, 97.
1997. Classic.
It sold over 91 million units since then.
That's crazy that they're still kicking too. You can still buy Furbies. Did you know that? You can still get Furbies.
Yeah, my nephews actually just got a Furby. Shout out to my sister Millie, husband Mark. Got their kid a Furby. It scares me still.
Well, not to get off topic, if you really want to get scared, you know those robot dogs from Boston Dynamics? Someone took a Furby and put a Furby on top of it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's creepy.
No, that is good. I've seen people put machine guns on there too, but that's a different story.
That's a whole different story. How about a Furby with a machine gun?
Remember when the Furbies were possessed? I will find you.
Now give it a machine gun.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we're getting off topic.
Okay, yeah.
Haven't heard of this one. Rift.
It seems very Guitar Hero-ish.
It does. It's on Switch and PC. It looks cool. I like the particular style of it.
Yeah, the graphics, kind of the comic book illustration. Maybe.
I'm wondering like what kind of songs are really going to have, or if it's stuff that you would actually know. 'Cause to me, that's one of the benefits of the music games is knowing the songs.
I'm not seeing a lot of artists in the description. It's got some composers that are doing some good music.
It's just general rhythm game. Cool. Yeah. Sworn is our next one. Never heard of this one. Puts a twist on myths. Reclaim the fallen Camelot. King Arthur's Round Table. It's a roguelike, meaning that the game changes each time that you play it so that it's infinitely playable up to 4 players.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Hadn't heard of that one.
Big Helmet Heroes. Nope.
No. See, a lot of these are indie style games. We're going to get to some big ones.
A game about digging a hole. I thought we were going to say that at the same time. Yeah.
Oh my God. It says, you're not going to believe this. It's a game about digging a hole.
Now, before we throw any hate on this, what game have you loved playing?
Oh, are you know what I'm going to say, don't you?
I think
the lawnmowers.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. This is a game where you just mow people's lawns.
That, and I've wanted to try Power Wash Simulator. Where you just wash
I've heard it is. You turn on some music in the background, and it's very chill.
Yeah. Now I bought, and I haven't played it yet. I got on the last Steam sale. I bought the Great American Trucking Simulator. Where you just drive a truck. You literally on the highway. And our state's add-on DLC just launched too. So I want to drive around our state to see if I wouldn't need GPS. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you seen some of the simulators people have built for trucking games?
They are so into
They build an entire 18-wheeler in their living room.
Oh yeah, they got the full pedal. They'll do the shifter.
Oh yeah, guy had fuzzy dice and everything in there.
Oh man. All right. Here you go, Biggie. Have you heard of this game?
I think we need to call our friend Matt, but Civ 7 is about to come out.
I am so excited about Civ 7. I know we keep saying it. What's funny, did you notice what it says here? It's actually coming out on the Switch as well,
Yeah,
like on
that'd be
launch,
great.
which is really cool. I'm leaning towards getting this on PC so I can play it on my Steam Deck. I can play it on the go.
Now, I wonder, we talked about the specs last week.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the specs are good enough for the Switch 1 or the Switch 2.
It says Switch. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I did play Civilization on the Switch. It chugged, man.
Yeah.
It chugged. And it definitely dramatically brought down, the graphic quality as well. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I know.
Now, I've read a lot of.
Go ahead.
I've read a lot of stuff that even diehard players that have started in the beginning are going to watch the tutorial. Going to need to watch the tutorial on this. They say there's a lot of big changes coming up.
There are, and I know our friend Joe's going to get it on PlayStation 5. Which
Yep, I've got it pre-ordered on PC.
I played it on PlayStation, like the prior one, Civ 6, and actually the controller interface isn't bad. I really liked it. A lot of the changes you're talking about, I was reading about them. Not only does your leader change, did you know they got rid of builders? You know how you had to have builders to actually build?
Oh, yeah.
I
did not know that.
There's no builders now. So, yeah, we're going to have to definitely play through the tutorial.
Well, builders was a luxury because they build 2-3 different things and then they're gone. You have to buy another one, build another one.
It's kind of annoying. Like, to me, I hope you just put the time in and it just gets built. I think that would be better.
Yeah.
So this is going to be great. I'm excited about it. Get some cross-play going on this bad boy, too. Cross-play is really kind of neat.
Very important.
Dude, did you know this was happening?
I did not. I'm kind of excited. Tomb Raider 4 through 6 are going to get a remaster.
That's crazy. I didn't know that they were doing this.
Yeah, Tomb Raider 1 through 3 were remastered last year.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like remastered. I hope they keep doing them. I'm all for them. Let's see. I've heard of Project Tachyon, actually. This is a side-scrolling bullet hell roguelike mechanic. So basically it changes, but I've heard of this game and it looks actually pretty good. I saw it on Steam and it looks pretty decent. And very side-scrolling, almost Metrovania, if you want to use that term, like Metroid, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about League of Heroes. It looks...
it's kind of a gym going back to the old school days of RPGs.
Kind of does. I play very similar graphic style, anime style. I absolutely love Persona series, like Persona 5.
Mm-hmm. I've seen those. The screens look great.
Oh, it's an awesome game. It's really good. Avowed. This looks interesting. A lot of people are saying that they're comparing this to like Skyrim.
Oh, very nice.
They are. And this is going to be a Xbox Game Pass PC release, to be clear, everybody. It is a fantasy game similar to the Outer Worlds. Avowed gives you multiple zones in which you can hone your spellcraft and fighting skills. It looks really good. If you haven't watched the trailer to it, you should check it out. But it has a very Skyrim-y feel to it. I'll wait for the reviews, though. We'll see.
Bloom Lost Records. I haven't heard anything about this.
Another indie one. Don't know. We're going to keep on because there's a lot. PlayStation, did you remember? They're doing a midnight collection. All black items. So that's kind of cool for accessories, both for the... And actually, I think they even are releasing the console. But their midnight collection.
They're getting a headset, earbuds, a Portal, and a DualSense Edge controller.
You and my brother got me the 30th edition controller, by the way. I used the heck out of that thing. It looks just like it's a PlayStation
looked
1
amazing.
colors. Oh, it's so nice. I really like it. You ever played any of the Like a Dragon games? They're crazy.
I have. They're kind of goofy.
They are. Well, now they're pirates in Hawaii? What are they doing? It's just, whatever. Yeah. They're goofy games. They kind of dance in the line of like Saint Row. Saint Row kind of lost its way. They're not as goofy as Saints Row. I appreciate them, but yeah, man. Yakuza in Hawaii pirate game might be fun. I don't know.
It might be.
All right.
Then we go to Die in the Dungeon. Now, you might say, "Oh, this looks outdated," but I like games that kind of go back to the retro aspect.
Yeah, I love pixel art games, man. You're spot on. Any game like this that embraces that style, I am all for it. Mm-hmm. So this is good. I'd play it. Now, I've heard good things about Plunky Squire, but this already came out as a digital edition. They now have a physical edition. So if you're a collector, this would be good. I've heard really good things about this game. I've not played it myself.
Yeah.
But it's coming out in physical form. And the price at $35. That's not bad. It's not bad.
No. Yeah.
Ninja 5.0?
Ninja 5.0.
Never
Yeah.
heard of it.
I thought it was talking about a ninja cop at first, but
Ninja 5.0. No, not really. Yu-Gi-Oh! That's got a cult following. It's like
oh
a
yeah.
card game. Think Magic the Gathering, Pokemon-esque,
Mhm.
but I guess it's got itself a whole pack. And it says here, in case you missed, the full list of games that's included in this collection, all the way back to 1998, all the way through to 2003. We're talking, this is a bundle of Game Boy Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, all of them put together. So if you're into this title, it's a pretty good deal. I think it's the 27th that comes out.
Oh yeah.
Monster Hunter. You ever played any of these?
That's a lot of stuff.
You ever played Monster Hunter? I tried. I'm not a fan. Never really got into it.
I have not, but just from this screen here, it looks great.
It looks impeccable, but it's a lot of, in my opinion, it's a very button mashy kind of game. That's my fingers hurt playing it. So get into golf games. Golf games can be fun. I haven't played them in a while. I haven't played any of the new ones in a while.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the old
I
ones.
have not played a while since Tiger Woods Golf, probably.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one. You know, it's kind of like Madden. They come out every year.
Every year.
I don't know which one I stopped at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you have the Unreal Engine 5. Can you imagine what golf games are going to look like?
Oh, yeah.
Now, we talked about
and then
Steam OS version of this. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Legion Go S Windows version. It's supposed to be coming out anytime in February. We don't have an exact date. The one I'm looking for is a Legion Go, I think it's S2, but it's a Steam version.
Correct.
So it's supposed to come out, I believe, March or April, if I have the date right. And that's the one I'm really looking forward to.
Correct. I think you're able to switch OSs between the two, but don't quote me on that. When we talked about it before, but that's exciting. Midnight Murder Club. That's a cool name. It's a multiplayer first-person shooter. Just it's only on PC.
I mean, the first line of hide and seek in the dark with guns. What could go wrong?
Great marketing. So here's the long list, and obviously you can check this out.
All kinds of good stuff.
Oh, dude, I didn't know. February is stacked. But, I got to go back to the one I'm most excited about is going to be the Civilization, obviously. So,
yeah,
can you imagine if, the following month after that has this many game releases? It's going to be
we will definitely keep you updated if we can remember that. Games for March coming up.
It's going to be a crazy, crazy year for video games if this keeps up. Here's my $1 million question. Do you think Grand Theft Auto will actually release this year?
I don't know what to say. I would say here's what my wish as a consumer, I guess. I want it to release this year if it is their pride and joy and it is ready to go. But I'm okay. I know other people will be upset, other people will be mad, but I'm okay if it delays another year because you look how good GTA 5 was and how good their online stuff was. I want it to be the best it can be because I am probably going to get back into it. When GTA 5 first came out, I didn't play any of the online stuff because I didn't know much about it, but I missed a huge opportunity to build up a character and an empire. So, long story short, I want it to come out when they're ready for it to come out. I don't want them to rush it.
That makes sense. You want it to be ready. You don't want to, you don't want it to be a potato.
Oh, no, not. Yeah. We've seen bad releases, but we've also seen those studios make the bad releases really, really good.
Later, after patches, right?
Yeah.
But now Rockstar, I can't think of a game per se that came out that just
with
tanked.
a bad launch. Yeah.
They usually take their time, and they usually get it right. But so much money's on the line, so we'll see. We'll see about that. If it does, I think it's going to be it's going to be the biggest game. I really do. I just have to go with it just because it's Rockstar, and they're like the 1,000-pound gorilla in this. It would be like if you had a movie launching against some juggernaut of a movie. Remember, it kind of reminds me of back whenever Infinity Wars launched. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's the culmination of all the Infinity Wars. We better not release that day." All right, brother. I think that
I
does it.
I think yeah, good. A lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, it was fun. It's a
A
good
lot of
time.
things to look forward to.
Trying to line up some new content coming down the way. We've got some places we're going to visit. We got some guests that we're working on, and I think it's going to be fun. Otherwise, we do have Instagram now, as we mentioned last time. So check out our Instagram. Check out our store. We have a really cool merch store. What else am I missing, Dougie?
We have a Facebook page.
Thank
I
you.
am working on trying to update it. We will have a lot of our photos from all the stuff we go to. I've uploaded photos from some of our Comic Cons, from our retro gaming conventions. I've uploaded a bunch of photos from the Dan users and the amazing little miniatures and stuff they're doing.
RonCon, yeah.
And the Ron Cons, I just uploaded that. So get on our Facebook page, leave us a like, leave us a comment, send us a message. We're out here just trying to show our passion and what we do and the news we bring for you.
That's right. It's always a good time. It's fun to talk about these things. It's fun for Doug to have me spend more money on things that I probably shouldn't. Thanks.
You know,
I do the same to him, so don't worry.
our wives probably talk in the background of, they're talking again.
Jeez, they're swapping ideas again. They're gonna get ideas.
Yeah.
Gotta keep them apart. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you. We appreciate the community, and we'll see you on episode number 4.
See ya.
Take care.